Alright guys, welcome back. We're in 10.1 again, and this time what we are trying to do is, instead of graphing, we want to figure out how to write the equation of a circle given the center point and the radius. So I've got 4 separate problems up here, and we're trying to put this information into this equation here into standard form. Well, this is literally just a insert, a plug, right? So I'm using this equation, r squared is equal to x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. So this center point here is going to represent my h value, and this center point here will represent the k value. This is the radius, but I need the radius squared, so I'm always going to have to square this. All right, so what's this equation then? Well, the square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is just 7, so r squared here is 7. Again, square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is the square root of 49, which is 7. So r squared here is 7. And then that is going to be equal to x minus whatever my h value is squared plus y minus whatever my k value is squared. Okay, so these are h and k. Well, if this is h and it's negative, then really I have x plus 2. Again, why is that? Well, because this general form is x minus h, so this negative 2 is the actual value. You can see the actual value of h is negative 2. That is how this plus got here, because I have to have this in the form of minus, so it's the opposite. All right, so this is going to be x plus 2 squared, and this is going to be y minus 5. Again, the actual value of k here is just 5 because excuse me, it's already been, it already is being subtracted. So this is the equation of the circle that I'm looking for, given its center and radius. So I'd go ahead and pause this video and try these next 3 problems by yourself, and give yourself a minute to put them into the standard form, and then come back and see if you did it correctly. All right, so on here again, we're going to be using radius squared. So if the radius is 25, this is going to need to be squared. 25 times 25 is 625. That is a very huge r squared, but that is what it is, 25 times 25. All right, so this is going to be equal to x minus 7 squared plus y plus 1 squared. Why is this a minus 7 and this a plus 1? Well, again, this value 7 right here just plugs straight in, and I need a subtraction sign here, so the value of h is 7. I'm just substituting this value for h. And this value here for y, if this was in the format of y minus k, then again, what is the value of k? And k is the value of negative 1. Then what that does is it flips this sign here to a positive. All right, this one here, my center, my x doesn't move at all, and I have a negative 4 value for y. So r is 9, so 9 squared is going to give me 81, and 81 is going to be equal to x squared. Again, there's no h movement, so I'm just going to have x squared here, plus a y plus 4 squared, for the same reason that this is a plus 1 right here. If I have a negative, then this is going to change that sign, or I need that negative here. So this is the equation here for this one. And this one, if I square the square root of 2, then I literally am taking the square root of 2 times the square root of 2. Well, this is the square root of 4, which is just the value 2. So the radius of this circle here is 2. I have a movement of 3 for x, so this is going to be x plus 3 squared, excuse me, x minus 3 squared, because the actual value of h here is 3. And y is just going to be squared. There's no y movement at all. So this is the equation of that circle. So you should be able to write the equation of the circle if you were given the center and the radius.